Hi my health enthusiasts, if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ivy and I'm so happy that you're here. Today we're talking about the fact that I got my breast milk tested. Now if you're new to my channel, I have a 4-month-old baby girl that I had totally naturally. I had a wonderful pregnancy. I've had a really good postpartum journey as well, and I just had my breast milk tested. Now quick backstory if you're new. Also hit the little red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my new videos. But quick backstory, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease nearly 16 years ago. I went completely simple, did mostly high carb, low fat, if that's how you want to look at it, way of eating, and totally healed me. I felt incredible. I was able to digest my food. I had energy. It was probably the best I'd ever felt. Then I got pregnant and a lot changed. So getting my breast milk tested was really exciting and important for me because I needed to make sure that I was able to absorb nutrients. With Crohn's disease, you have a really hard time absorbing everything that you're eating. And something that I always say, and you OGs on this channel know, you are not what you eat, you are what you absorb. So it's really important to do the diet that works for you so you're able to retain all those nutrients. You could eat a completely vegan diet, right? Or you could eat, let's say, a paleo diet, and like you're inflamed and you're not absorbing anything and you're eating greens, and you're not absorbing it. That's a problem. Years ago, they told me that I couldn't have any salads, I couldn't have any like harsh fiber foods, and it broke my heart, which is what led me to juice, which you can get my juicing ebook if you would like. And that's what made me fall in love with juice all those years ago. And so here I am today, now a mom, which I'm so thankful. 16 years ago, they told me that I would not be able to have kids because of Crohn's disease, and like here I am. I totally had a baby girl completely by accident, and my husband and I are so in love, and just, yeah. Anyways, with that said, let's get into my breast milk results. So, let me open it here. Now, I'm gonna be like super honest with all of this. I was shocked by my results. I am very surprised with some of the results that came. I also am a little bit heartbroken on certain things. But those of you who followed my pregnancy journey, you know that I had very dangerous low levels of vitamin D. I'm going to insert this clip right here, and then also if you guys remember, if you watched my pregnancy journey, I broke my foot. The baby was taking so much from me, which she needed, right? That was important. But the baby took so much and I wasn't able to absorb what I was eating. So therefore, I broke my bones. So that was really challenging. Oh, I worked with this company called Lactation Lab. This is not sponsored. They reached out to me and I totally geeked out over it. And there was like no money exchange, nothing. I just was super happy to do this because I'm such a geek for this stuff. Like if I could test it like every day, if I could like drink a smoothie and then test it an hour later and see what it is, I would do that. And then if I could eat a big salad and then test it an hour later, I would totally do that. Is she awake? So this was really interesting. Number one, calories. The calorie count for standard infant formula sold in the US is 20 calories per ounce. Mine was at 17.8 calories per ounce. So the doctor suggested that I increase my calorie count between 200 and 300 calories a day. Now, this is going off of formula. I am definitely a hippie in the fact that I believe that my daughter's body is totally connected to mine and that I'm probably giving her exactly what she needs. So when it comes to that, I kind of took that with a grain of salt and kind of, you know, let it go. I know for sure that I'm eating a lot. I know for sure that I'm eating enough. So I kind of, you know, I'm a small person. I'm only 5'2", you guys, and I'm a small human being. So yeah, I kind of like, we'll see. I definitely need to talk to her more about that. But as far as me personally, I didn't take anything weird. I didn't feel bad about that. I'm kind of just comparing it to standard formula. So I'm not really gonna think too much into that one. My calcium was low. Now this is not a surprise at all. She definitely recommended that I take 300 milligrams of calcium a day. She said the easiest way to do this is dairy. Obviously, I'm not a fan of dairy. I don't want dairy. There's I don't even think there's good dairy. Now, if I had a cow and I had a farm, I would probably do dairy. If I was doing that and I knew where it came from and I was the one doing the work and doing that, I probably would take it, but that's not the case here. So she said 1 cup of broccoli can have up to 180 milligrams of calcium. Now this is where the problem for me having Crohn's disease comes into play. There's a lot of things that I can't eat due to digestion that kind of limit my window and limit my food pyramid, if you will. So it's a little bit challenging. Also, broccoli can kind of make babies gassy, so I'm gonna test it. We're gonna see how it is. Obviously we're gonna cook it and see kind of how my digestion reacts and how she reacts, and we'll definitely add in broccoli. Broccoli is also really high in protein, for those of you who didn't know, so I'm gonna do that. And then she said dark leafy greens. I have to admit, I haven't been having as much greens as I used to in the past. I do my greens powder, but at the time I tested my breast milk in this, I was not eating as much greens, so definitely gonna up my greens. Iron. She did say that she was curious to see if I was anemic during my pregnancy. Throughout all of my blood tests during my pregnancy, I did not show that I was anemic at any point, which was amazing. I will say that I was incredibly craving kidney beans, which is really funny. I remember one night, I was probably about 5 months pregnant, I got up and I went into the kitchen and I ate like 5 oranges and 2 cans of kidney beans, and when I was eating it, you would have thought that it was like the biggest chocolate cake ever, or like, I don't know, a juicy burger for someone who, you know, is into that kind of thing. That's what you would have thought I was eating, because it was so good, it was so satisfying. It was like midnight and I'm like scarfing down a can of beans, like it was 2 cans of beans, like it was something amazing. With that said though, it's better to absorb iron when you pair it with vitamin C. So the fact that I ate it with an orange is so weird. So if you ladies are watching this and you're pregnant and you have weird cravings like that, listen to it. A lot of times it's coming from a good place. Now, if you're craving like something terrible for you, probably not, but there might be a healthy component to that you need to pay attention to. So with that said, like if you're craving a disgusting greasy grilled cheese, you could be, you know, in need for calcium or even in need for fat. So try to do a healthier version of that. It said that my iron was slightly low, and she asked if I was a vegetarian or a vegan. That is super common with that. So obviously I explained to her my situation. Vitamin A was perfect, amazing. So sweet potatoes are really high in vitamin A. Cantaloupe is really high in vitamin A. So I wasn't too surprised that my vitamin A was really good, because I eat a lot of those things. Vitamin C was a little bit low. Here's the amazing thing. We're about to go into orange season here in California, which is my favorite. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I will put that right here. You guys will see that I eat oranges like crazy. So I'm really excited to kind of take that as a challenge. She recommended 500 milligrams daily. And to be honest, all of this, when I took my breast milk, which was about 3 weeks ago, I wasn't as diligent as taking my prenatals as I am right now. So with that said, vitamin B, you guys, my vitamin B in my breast milk was low. This is really common with vegans and vegetarians. I am taking a tincture. Do I take it every single day? No, I do not. So I definitely need to get better at making sure that I take that. She said that she recommends 1,000 milligrams a day. So if you follow me on Instagram, I will definitely post this so you guys can see it and see which ones I'm taking. I posted it recently, but I'll do it again. So I take a tincture, which you just put it under their tongue. It's really important for people who have troubles with absorption like myself. So if you have, you know, IBS or Crohn's disease or colitis or just digestion issues in general, if you're like constantly inflamed, I highly recommend you do something that is easily to absorb. So something that absorbs on the tongue, in the mouth, in a liquid, so you can get it right to your system. Fatty acid. She said that my rations were perfect, and that my DHA looked good, which I am taking the new DHA by Pre-Mama, which I think I have my discount code in below, and it has a peppermint extract in it. I know some women who are struggling with breast milk, you have to be careful with the peppermint extract, but I've been taking that and those levels were perfect, which is amazing because in the beginning of my pregnancy those levels were low. So I'm super happy to see that those were good. Heavy metals. This is so amazing to me. So we tested for cadmium, arsenic, mercury, and lead. Now, women that eat a lot of rice, so a lot of women who eat the way that I eat would probably test high for arsenic, but I did not. The doctor actually said that a lot of women come back, even women that aren't vegan or don't eat a lot of starch, come back and test really high for arsenic. So this made me really happy. What I chalk this up to, if you guys have been following me for a long time, I take Dr. Flora's, which is like a powder. Now, the beginning of my pregnancy, and I didn't know I was pregnant, and I got in that car accident, and I was taking a painkiller, which is something I never do. Even my labor I didn't, but I was in a car accident, so they were like telling me that my muscles were gonna tense up and stuff. I was taking that, and then I had x-rays and MRIs. It was terrible. I didn't even know I was pregnant. And I was taking this powder, and the powder pulls out heavy metals from the body. So the fact that I was taking that is just such a blessing, and I really believe that that's why I don't have any heavy metals in my breast milk, which is so incredible and just makes me so happy. And yeah, so if you guys know about heavy metal poisoning, if you know about issues, developmental issues, whether it's lead, whether it's aluminum, that's often linked to Alzheimer's and autism disease. Do they call it a disease? Yeah, anyways. It's linked to heavy metals, so that made me just so happy that that was not testing in my breast milk. Also, I live here in Orange County, and they often are spraying pesticides in the air, which are usually heavy metals, and so it just makes me really happy that that was perfect. So I am taking the Dr. Flora's on their regular. I haven't in the last 2 weeks, so I need to take it, but I definitely was taking it daily when I tested my breast milk, which was about 2 weeks ago. So again, none of this is sponsored. This is totally just something that I was passionate about and super excited to do. What I want to talk about moving forward. Oh yeah, and I want to talk about, biggest question was how long after you ingest certain foods does it affect your breast milk? And does the baby take certain things at a certain point and kind of leave the rest? So does the baby extract what it needs from your breast milk at that time, so then your next feeding, or let's say the next pump, which is when I pumped, has less of vitamin C and calcium because baby just took what she needed in that moment? And that was a big question that I had. And so she did reply, and she said, so a few things that I asked her. I asked her if she tested my vitamin D level. She said that they did not test the vitamin D, that most women's milk is low in vitamin D, as well as cow's milk, which a lot of times you'll see at the grocery store. The cow's milk says fortified with vitamin D. So she said that a lot of times they don't test for it, and it's a really expensive test to test your breast milk. So all women that are breastfeeding should be taking a vitamin D supplement. So there's that. She also said that iron, B12, and calcium are tough to absorb for everyone. So the fact that I have Crohn's disease makes it even more difficult. So if you're dealing with any type of GI issue, any type of autoimmune, you definitely want to make sure that you're taking those if you're breastfeeding. I asked her how long the nutrients were in the food, in the breast milk, and she said that what you eat can affect your breast milk anywhere from 24 to 96 hours. Now, what I've learned as far as gas and like those types of things, it's about 6 hours. So if you have watermelon and your baby has an issue digesting watermelon, you'll know about 6 hours later after you have it. Or let's say coffee, you'll know about 6 hours later, or chocolate, those kinds of things. But as far as the nutrients and nutrient density, it says 24 to 96 hours later, but fatty acids can show up to a week. So super interesting about that. She said taking vitamin C with everything can help me absorb everything I'm taking. I also take magnesium to also help me absorb the vitamin D. So if you guys are in that boat, be sure to take your magnesium. She talked about the arsenic. Oh yeah, and she did talk about how it's really important if you have a preemie baby that the mother's milk needs to have a lot of protein in it, which is really interesting. So if you're a vegan mama or vegetarian mama, you know, it's really important that you get your protein in, and you can do really healthy, clean sources. Like you can do a hemp protein, you can do there's pea protein nowadays. You can do a lot of those, which a lot of times can absorb. And if you're a mama, if you need to eat meat, then that's what you need to do. You need to do what's best for you and your intuition at that time. So yeah. I know. Bring on the hater comments. I myself, so let's go on to what I'm doing moving forward. I am in this moment today 99% what most people would call vegan or plant-based. I know I can't use the word vegan because I don't, you know, watch my leather shoes. I don't even own leather shoes though, let's be real. I don't watch those kinds of things, and I'm not super proactive in as far as my lifestyle affecting animals, but I do care about it and I do make an effort. So with that said, moving forward, I'm doing my best to amp up my greens, which are going to be in the form of green juices. As I said, you guys can check my juicing ebook. I'll link the link below. If you want to amp up my green juices, I'm going to amp up my greens in general. Salad, spinach. Also increase my orange juice, which I'm super excited. There's a Mexican market right by my house that has fresh orange juice that Barley and I love to walk and get. So super excited about that. I'm going to make sure I'm getting into that, which I'm so excited. I had 3 oranges this last week and they were incredible. I'm definitely going to amp up my oranges and make sure that I'm eating enough, and make sure, and here's kind of an issue that I had, and you mamas probably have this too, is that sometimes I'll get so tired and I will reach for things that aren't the most nutrient dense, and to do that as a new mom, those things take effort, like serious effort. So I'm gonna make sure now that things are getting easier and I'm starting to get a hang of all of this, that I'm making sure that I'm doing at least a big huge smoothie in the morning. She wasn't crying. A big huge smoothie in the morning for sure, with all of my greens powder, with orange juice and spinach together so I can absorb them well, or in acai bowl. You guys know I love my acai bowls. And yeah, that's gonna be my biggest thing right now. Some questions that I do have for her that we will do a part 2 of this is that, 1, can I test it again? Like, I'd like to test it again. And 2, does the formulation of what your body produces for the baby change as the baby grows? And so that's a question that I'm gonna ask her and hopefully work through that, because I would love to eat better, right? So like if baby needs more fats in 2 weeks, I want to up my fats and I want to make that available to her. So I have been eating low fat though, and I feel incredible. I feel really, really good. And by low fat, I by no means mean like super low fat. I mean, I'm watching my fats, which is helping me because so my little babe totally woke up. So we're gonna go ahead and end this video here so I can be a present mama. Yeah, you gonna say hi? Say hi. Hi. Oh. Mom, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this vlog here, or this video here. My little monster woke up. I love her, she's so cute. Thank you guys for watching, and if you're new, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. It really supports my channel. Thank you guys all so much for just your love and the sense of community of moms that are here. I do not think I could have got through this pregnancy without all of you guys. So I love you. I love all the info you put on my page. I love the way you guys build up other moms and just encourage each other, and that's so amazing. And I'm sorry that we're so busty today. She's eating kind of weird today. So anyways, thanks for watching. Like I said, please hit the little subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. My juicing book is out if you guys want that or if you're interested in that, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.